Hey y'all, welcome to Zoar PFWB Church and another episode of In the Kitchen with Rob and Owen. I want to welcome everybody today. Got a chicken recipe for you. A lot of people eat chicken nowadays, and I'm trying to eat chicken all the time. It's just healthier for you and everything, so I thought I'd share this little recipe that I kind of concocted myself in things that I like to eat and everything, and I'm going to share it with you today. First, I'm going to do my little devotion for you. And I'm sorry, I'm hoarse. I hope everybody can hear me very well. I slept under a ceiling fan, and you know how it is. I'm not sick. I ain't got the corona. I'm hoarse. Don't have a voice. Which some probably say that's thank the Lord she ain't got one, because I'm pretty loud. But I'm going to ask my husband, will he do a quick prayer, and we're going to get right on in this video and get to cooking.
Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you again for allowing Robin to come into your kitchen, into your home with a devotion and a recipe. May her devotion bless somebody sincerely today in a special way. Please bless all our friends, family, and shut-ins. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. All right, y'all. My devotion is called today Family Recipes. So I thought I'd share this one with you. And like I said, all my devotions, they come out of, well, for now, they're coming out of this devotion book here. I got it at High Cotton. They have several versions. Like this is devotions from the kitchen table. They have devotions from the front porch. They have devotions from the beach. They just have several different versions of, different devotions that's collected in these books. And they're awesome little books to get as gifts or to read. So I do enjoy reading these devotions to y'all and just sharing a little message to get it out there. But like I said, this is called Family Recipes. And it says, after that whole generation had been gathered in their ancestors, another generation grew up who knew neither the Lord nor what he had done for Israel. And that's Judges 2:10. It says, everyone has that one recipe. Grandma Ruby used to make it, and then your mother made it, and now you've started making it for your children. It's written on an index card that has a butter stain. The ingredients include a dash of this and a pinch of that. The most important part of the recipe, however, is that it gets down to future generations. How else will people know that nutmeg is the secret ingredient in Aunt Audrey's Christmas cookies? A whole generation of Israelites had seen the Lord do miraculous things. They had seen God deliver his people from slavery and sustain them in the wilderness. They had seen the Jordan River dry up, the walls of Jericho fall, and the sun stand still. Yet, when that generation passed away, the generation who followed did not have a relationship with the Lord or any knowledge of all he had done for Israel. It had been said that if we don't teach our children to follow Christ, the world will teach them not to. While the source of the sentiment is unknown, the truth of it is undeniable. We are responsible for passing our faith on to generations that follow. They need to know what we have seen the Lord do in our day, what prayers he has answered, what blessings he has bestowed. Write it down. Others need to know. What do we know to be true of him? What has he meant to us in the dark seasons of life? May it not be said that the generation following us did not know what the Lord did for us. It says, remind me, Lord, to recite your wonders to the next generation. Maybe they know how mighty you have been in my day. And I thought that was a good little devotion. It's so important to take your children to church and get them involved at such a young age. We have a WILD program at our church for the children, and it's for different age groups. They have different things going on, but it's so important to make sure you do bring your children and let them learn about God and what He's done for you in your life and what He's done for other people, their blessings and everything. So I would like to invite everybody that wanted to bring your children to church. We have Sunday school that starts at 10 a.m. and our worship service starts at 11, and we have kids church that starts at, I think, about 10, 15 after 11. They dismiss, but it's just something good to get your children involved, because nowadays there's so much ugliness out there in the world, and everybody has telephones and computers and video games, and these children are communicating with people around the world, and they take the word because they've seen a picture. They think they're talking to one person when they're really not. They're talking to somebody else that has not got their best interest at heart and tries to lure them into danger. And so, you know, you need to take your children to church and get them more involved in the church. But that was my devotion for today. And I just want to say, Zoar Church, we air our shows. Of course, my cooking show is on Monday nights at 7 p.m. We have the Mike and Mark show that we do, and we air that on Thursday at 7 p.m. They're always up to something. I think last Thursday they fixed a boat seat, and I'm really interested in an upcoming video because Mark is teaching you how to build a trap to catch a snake. I don't think I want to be around when it's done, but I'll watch it later. But they'll have that coming up. I think it's this Thursday. And we're going to have some other videos coming up. We're going to have a crafting video. It's in the making right now. We're getting everything involved, and it's going to be myself and Debbie Medlin. And we're going to be doing some lanterns and things, and we'll be giving those lanterns away. So that's going to be a big opportunity for y'all to join in and make sure you watch, because as you watch the show go live, your name is going to get in a drawing, and you may be able to win one of those lanterns that we create. So make sure you tune in. And we've also got a Bible trivia coming up. That will be myself and my husband. We'll be doing that actually live. It's not going to be pre-recorded. So make sure you read your Bibles and get up to date and get that knowledge in there. And hopefully you can win, because for every correct answer, you will win a $5 gift card. And so if you sit there and you rack up on those questions and you get them answered, you have to be the first person that answered them. You will be able to rack up on those gift cards. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And we are always on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram. And so you can go to any of those sites and always find out what's going on in the future, or what we're currently doing and everything. So make sure you check out those social medias, because we stay on top of those social medias with our information. So make sure you stay tuned to that. And like I said, today I've called it my chicken and mushroom pasta. Let me go ahead and turn this cooker on so it'll be getting hot. It usually takes a few minutes for it to get hot. So what I've done, I've kind of broke it down so it won't take so long to prepare it. I've got one small pack of the boneless chicken tenders that you can get in the grocery store. I think it had probably 8 little tenders in it, and I cooked them up in a skillet, and I just added salt and pepper to it. And once it was done, I just chopped it up in just some little chunks. You don't really have to shred it or anything like that, or you can shred it however you want to do it. But for this recipe, I prefer the little chunks to do. And like I said, I've already cooked it. I'm going to warm it up because it's got cold, and it just helps me cut down a little bit on this video, and it won't take us so long to do this recipe. So let me get this chicken warmed up a little bit, and may enjoy this dish, but like I said, it's chicken. My favorite thing is chicken pasta, and I like mushrooms. Now, I know people's on the fence about mushrooms. Some people, if you like mushrooms, you love them. But if you don't, oh, you see them faces. And my husband is one of them. If I say I'm going to put some mushroom in something, he makes this god-awful face and he threatens that he ain't going to kiss me. But I got news for you. He still does. It's just something good. And if you don't like mushrooms, I understand, because I do cook this dish a lot in the winter time. Just for the fact I can cook the chicken up ahead of time and get it done. And when I come home, I just add all the ingredients together, put it on the stove, warm it up, and it's ready to go. And when I cook it, I have to cook it the way he will eat it. So I have to leave the cream of mushroom soup out, and I have to leave the mushrooms out, y'all. So you can definitely change it up and not use. You can use a large can of cream of chicken soup and just leave the mushrooms out, and the cream of chicken mushroom out, and just add the cream of chicken soup. Just use a large can of the cream of chicken, and you won't have to, worry about those faces all squinched up because they don't like mushrooms. So now that I've got this chicken, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this cream of mushroom soup, and I'm going to add it right in here with this chicken. Okay? So that's one large can of cream of mushroom soup. I'm going to take one small can of cream of chicken soup. Okay? And then I've got one small can of mushrooms that I'm going to add in here. And you just kind of mix that all up. And of course you've got to have liquid. Now at this stage, if you were not using the mushroom, then you can use the cream of chicken and chicken stock. I found works. If you're just going to do chicken, do the chicken stock. But you can use chicken stock in this. However, my favorite is half and half. I'll add half and half to thin it out a little bit. And you just have to eyeball it. Now, like I said, I only used a small pack of chicken because I'm the only one that's going to be eating this here at the house, unless I have company, and I'll serve that up to them today, and I think that's what's going to happen. But if you're just cooking for one or two, you want a small batch. So just make sure you cook it to, you could put a big pack of chicken in here and do bigger cans of this stuff and make it to feed your whole family. And it does go far, but like I said, just put this in here, mix it all together, and you can add that cream as you need it. And I've even added a little water to it to get it thinned out. And it smells so good, y'all. Get this all mixed up. I'm going to add just a little bit more cream. So I've probably used about, I would say, a half a cup of cream in here. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to add just a little water in a can. And the reason I'm going to thin it out is because you'll find out when you add pasta, you want it to coat that pasta. Let me turn that down just a little bit. And so you want it a little bit on the thinner side to And I'm making a mess, y'all. I've just spilled it down the side of my cooker. But that's alright. We're just going to keep right on going. But you want it a little thinner so it's going to coat those noodles. And just keep stirring around and getting it all mixed up together. And the noodles that I have used is no yolk noodles. And I've used one small pack of the no yolk noodles. And you just add those right on in. Try not to flop it to where it's going to go all over me. And I've pre-cooked these noodles, like I said. I try to get everything done so it wouldn't take me that long to get. And you just incorporate them noodles in this dish and you get it all mixed up. And now, like I said, when I cook the chicken, I put salt and pepper on the chicken. Now, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. It's getting too hot. So that's the only seasoning I put on the chicken was the salt and pepper. So you don't even have to do that if you can't use salt. Some people can't use salt, or myself with this dish, I'm not so much the salt, but I love pepper because I like just a little bit of heat, and that pepper will heat it up if you put, you know, right much pepper in there. But this dish is a very hearty dish if you want to cook it in the winter time. It would make you just warm right up if you got you a big bowl of this and sat down in the winter time after being outside cold. But like I said, you can, you know, I cook it in the summertime. So, you know, it's whatever you want. But it's a quick dish. The longest time taking to cook it is actually the boiling the noodles. It takes longer to boil the noodles than it does anything else. And you just get that mixed up like that. My mouth's watering, y'all. It looks so good. And the smell of it. I should have done this in a bigger pot, but I like to do it in this little electric skillet just for the fact I don't have to turn my back and talk to y'all. I can look straight at the camera and show you what I'm doing. So I've got this all mixed up, and the mushrooms is already cooked. You're just warming them up in the dish, and basically that's everything. You can let it set and simmer, and you know, kind of, and you can use other noodles. I like the no yolk noodle. It just goes better, I think, with the dish. And put this back here so y'all can see this. And like I said, I do salt and I do a little pepper. Just a little leg. And you can serve it right in a dish. And this goes a long way. You know, like I said, I use that small thing of chicken. I use those 2 cans of soup and 1 pack of noodles. So as you see, this is a big pot. It goes far. And it will last you, you know, if you've got a big family or you have a company coming over and, you know, you want something that doesn't cost a whole lot. Then I'll just put a little parsley flakes on top. And there you go. That's my chicken and mushroom pasta. So it was, as you see, it was very simple. Didn't take me no time to get it cooked. Like I said, the longest thing it takes is boiling those noodles. My chicken was done and cut up before my noodles, especially my water went to boiling. So it's a great dish, and I hope that you can take it and make it your own. You don't necessarily have to use chicken tenders. You can get boneless chicken thighs. Cook those up, cut them up in little chunks and put that in there. You know, whatever you like to do. And, you know, if you want other spices in there, and I've made a mess, y'all. If you want to add what you want in there, you can do that. And you can use milk. Now, if you don't have heavy cream, or not heavy cream, but half and half, if you don't have that in your refrigerator, use milk. You can definitely use milk. Milk will thin it out. The half and half will put a thicker, richer sauce, but you've got to thin it out to be able to get it coated around those noodles and everything. So just make sure, if you don't have milk on hand, just put you some water in one of those soup cans, and it'll get the rest of the soup out, and it'll help thin that out to where you can get your noodles coated real well with this sauce. And like I said, I hope you can try that dish. I think if you like chicken and mushrooms and pasta, you can definitely, and you can also do a version and add a Parmesan cheese and let that Parmesan cheese melt in there. It's okay. I've put the Parmesan in it. It does taste okay, but I like this version where you might want the Parmesan cheese, so you can add that. So I hope you try that recipe, and I hope it, you know, does very well for you. So I always talk about my cookbooks. Zoar has these cookbooks. The ladies at Zoar has compiled recipes over the years, and they put them all in this book. And it's a great book to have if you're young and you're just starting out and you got married and, you know, you got to start doing that cooking. This book right here would help you out. It's got so many good recipes in it. Anything you would ever need to cook is right here. It's got desserts in it. It's got main dishes in it, side dishes in it. It's got a little bit of everything in it. The Ladies Ministry sells this book for $20. You can contact anybody at Zoar Church and they can get you one, like I said, or just contact me and I can get you one. Just make sure you send me your address and I'll get it, you know, mailed to you. And we don't charge shipping. I just asked you pay the $20 for the book and I'll get it shipped for you. And also during my segment, right before I end my segment on Monday, I give one of these away. So make sure you join the Facebook group and I can put your name down. You'll get assigned a number and you might win one of these. So that'll help you, you know, stay tuned to that. You can watch and win you a cookbook. But I appreciate y'all joining me today, and I hope you have a great day, and until next time.